Welcome back. Now, moving on to a very sensitive topic, something that always gets people probably emotional is the word I'd use when being talked about rape. And I have here with me someone who's very well versed. I want to believe in that department. Titilola Vivour-Adenyi, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
You're from the Domestic and Sexual Violence Response Team of the Lagos State Government.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here today. I didn't even know there was a response team for that. When was this set up and what do you guys exactly do?
Okay, it was set up in September 2014 by the former Attorney General of Lagos State, Mr. Adepaye.
Okay.
And it's basically supposed to coordinate response of sexual and gender-based violence. You know, different agencies are involved with responding. So, for example, we have NGOs, we have the police, we have state agencies, but we found out that there was no coordinated response to these issues. So what we have now is an umbrella of top-level representatives of each of these agencies that come together and respond to these issues timelessly. There's been a lot of talk about how rape is treated in Nigeria with regards to security officials and how there's always that sort of dismissive nature. Or go back, now your husband, or why did you wear a short skirt? You know, things like that. There's almost no faith, if I use that word very loosely, in government and how they respond to rape. How do you handle that sort of sentiment from people, first of all, before we're going? Okay, well, that's the rape culture at the moment. The rape culture basically is don't get raped. And I think there's a divide in society. Some people empathize with the victims. Some are quick to judge the victim. They accuse everybody apart from the perpetrator. So what we need to do is create more awareness, sensitize members of the public that it is never the victim's fault. And when the victim is courageous enough to come out and speak, then you should also do the needful. If it's the police, if the victim approaches the police should investigate. You work with the police. What's your relationship with the police? We have a very good relationship with the police. I'm sure you think, but we do. We actually have, in Lagos State, we have what we call model police stations. Okay. There are 3 model police stations. We have Adeniji-Adele, Isokoko, and Ilupeju, where you have trained police officers that attend to sexual and gender-based violence issues. So in those stations, you won't have a situation where a victim comes and the different police officers will be saying, oh, over the counter, oh, is this what you wore? Yeah. You too, madam, why did you wear that? No, no, no. It's confidential. They treat you with the empathy you deserve, and they make sure that they investigate. So does this mean if someone goes to another police station that isn't any of these 3, what happens? Do they get referred? Or, I mean, what happens really if I don't have access to any of these other model stations? Each police station has what you call a gender desk officer. Ideally, that's the role of the gender desk officer to attend to these issues. We're pushing and we're hoping that those model police stations will be replicated across Lagos State. Maybe not all the states, not across the state, but at least in all area commands, so that a victim can go to anywhere, not just those 3 stations, to get justice. What has been the response since you started in September last year from the public, with people maybe coming to state their case? Have you had a lot of that happening? Yes, we have. There's an increase in the reporting of rape especially. People tend to think that the commission of the offense is on the increase. It's not. Statistics reveal that what is on the increase is the reporting. So it's good. It means that NGOs are doing the needful. It means government agencies are doing the needful because people are more encouraged to come out and speak. For example, in this year alone, the team has handled over 50 cases of rape, defilement, child abuse. So it means that people are coming out and speaking. Okay. So when they come to you now, like if someone comes to you with a situation, what exactly, how do you handle it? Okay. What do you do? If it's a rape situation, for example, and it's brought to my attention, the first thing I'll find out is if the victim has gone to the hospital or Mirabel Center. Mirabel Center is a sexual assault referral center located in Lasuth that offers free medical and counseling services. Ideally, we urge them to go to Mirabel Center or to the nearest hospital. So we are victim-centered. We want to make sure that the victim is safe, first of all. And then if the victim presents his or herself, because rape can be, well, not rape, but sexual assault by penetration can happen a man can be a victim of sexual assault as well. Let's be clear about that. Yes. If the person presents his or herself within 72 hours, there's what is called PEP, post-exposure prophylaxis, that is administered. So it reduces the chances of the person contracting sexually transmitted diseases or HIV and all of that. So my aim is to ensure the person is treated medically. Then we encourage the person to go to the police, report, and then we make sure that the matter is charged to court, and then.
So do you people also have like prosecutorial powers? Do you have lawyers? How does that work when the court side of things starts and maybe the victim is penniless, pretty much?
Yes, we have on the team, we have representatives of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions. Okay. You know, that's the agency in charge of prosecuting such cases because they are prosecuted at the High Court. So the DPP is already involved, and so the DPP, when the matter is sent to the DPP prosecutes.
Okay, let's talk rape now, because a lot of people, it's for a lot of people, it seems very confusing. What is rape really? You know, the word consent, I think, is the most important word when that is being discussed. But people still always seem to misunderstand it. Let's start with a minor now. I mean, I know I've seen a report once about someone having sexual intercourse with a minor and saying the minor gave consent.
A minor cannot give consent.
That is not possible, is it? It's not.
A minor cannot give. That's statutory.
And let's define a minor. That's under 18.
Under 18. We have what is called the Child Rights Law. I don't know if you're familiar with that yet. There's the Child Rights Act that was passed by the National Assembly, and all the states were urged to replicate same in their respective states. As of today, I think only 18 states have replicated. Yes. In Lagos, we have the Child Rights Law 2007. But we also have the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2011 that makes a distinction between defilement. Defilement is having sexual intercourse with a child, as anybody under 18, and then we have rape, which is above 18. Okay. Yes. So a child cannot give consent. So that's that one. For rape is basically unlawful sexual intercourse by a man against a woman without her consent. So the key words there. In law, we say actus reus.
Yes.
The guilty acts. Unlawful sexual intercourse, which does not include sex between between a husband and a wife, for rape, and then you have consent, lack of consent. Then people may now try to be technical. What is consent? There are some elements that can vitiate consent. For example, if there's an act of impersonation, or if there's deceit as to the nature of the act. For example, if a pastor, under the guise of deliverance, says he wants to deliver a...
Haven't we seen many of those?
Yes. So the lady may give consent, but the consent is vitiated because of the nature of the act.